You may be surprised, but familiar breakfasts can interfere with the absorption of vitamins, disrupt digestion, and cause headaches, and you may not even understand why. This is because certain combinations with eggs are harmful, not because eggs are bad, but because we often eat them with the wrong foods. There is one product that has firmly entered our diet and has almost become a symbol of healthy eating. Many people start their mornings with it, adding it to salads, casseroles, spreads, and sandwiches. It is consumed by athletes, retirees, and children alike. It is easy to prepare, inexpensive, filling, and does not induce feelings of guilt. And that is the egg. A complete protein containing B vitamins, vitamin D, iron, choline, all in one small product. However, despite this, eggs can become a source of problems. Not because they are harmful in themselves, but because we often combine them with other foods without considering what happens inside our bodies after such meals. I began to study this topic more deeply and was genuinely surprised by some combinations that seemed familiar and harmless to me. In reality, they hinder the absorption of nutrients, cause digestive disturbances, and can even be the reason for fatigue, headaches, and vitamin deficiencies. This is especially important for older individuals whose digestion does not function as efficiently as it once did. Today, I will talk about several such combinations, very common, very insidious, and particularly interesting. Let's begin. You have likely started your mornings with an egg and a cup of tea, an omelet with green tea, or a boiled egg with black tea. Perhaps even a soft-boiled egg with tea that contains sugar sounds innocent, but let's take a closer look. Tea, especially green and black, contains tannins, natural substances that give the drink its astringency. They have beneficial properties, such as antioxidant activity and improving vascular tone. But there is a catch. Tannins bind proteins and minerals, forming complexes that are difficult to absorb. Now, let's remember that an egg is almost pure protein. If you wash down an egg with tea, the tannins start to bind that protein right in your stomach. As a result, it is digested poorly, absorbed poorly, and provides less benefit. Instead of feeling energized after breakfast, you may experience heaviness, brain fog, and a sensation as if you have not eaten anything at all. This is particularly relevant in cases of anemia and vitamin B12 deficiency, which is found in eggs. You hope to eat eggs to obtain vitamin B12, but tea blocks its absorption. A Japanese study showed that regular consumption of green tea after protein-rich foods reduces iron absorption by up to 40%. And iron from eggs is already absorbed worse than from meat. If you add tea into the mix, there is almost no benefit left. Therefore, older people who drink tea immediately after meals are often diagnosed with hidden iron deficiency. Their levels may be within the normal range, but the tissues do not receive enough oxygen. This leads to weakness, irritability, and dizziness. What can be done? Very simply. Do not give up tea. Just drink it 30 minutes before meals or 1 hour after. If you crave something warm during your meal, choose herbal tea, chamomile, mint, linden, or fennel. These drinks do not contain tannins and do not interfere with the absorption of proteins and vitamins. And please do not wash down eggs with sweet tea. Fruit juices create a favorable environment for fermentation, especially in the small intestine. This leads to bloating, rumbling, and a loss of benefits from the entire meal. Next combination: eggs and potatoes, scrambled eggs with fried potatoes, salad with eggs and potatoes, casserole. Sounds delicious. However, from a biochemical perspective, this is one of the most inconvenient combinations for the stomach. Potatoes are complex carbohydrates, rich in starch. Their digestion begins in the mouth with the enzyme amylase and continues in the small intestine. This requires a more neutral or slightly alkaline environment. On the other hand, eggs are animal protein. To break them down, the stomach secretes hydrochloric acid and activates pepsin, an enzyme that works only in an acidic environment. This creates a conflict. Potatoes require one environment, while eggs require another. The stomach cannot create both an acidic and an alkaline environment at the same time. As a result, food is digested slowly, remains in the stomach longer, and begins to ferment. This leads to bloating, heaviness, belching, and sometimes heartburn and nausea. In people with gastritis, especially those with low acidity, this combination worsens their condition. For those with gallbladder issues, it can provoke bile stagnation and pain in the right side. Heat in the mouth can lead to a coated tongue and a decrease in appetite. An interesting fact: in Ayurveda, this combination is considered heavy food that clogs the body's energy channels and affects thinking. What should you do? Space out the foods. Pair potatoes with cabbage, fish, or mushrooms, eggs with vegetables, grains, or greens. If you enjoy salads, do not combine potatoes, eggs, and meat at the same time. After Olivier salad or mimosa salad, the heaviness is not from overeating, but from enzymatic overload. Next combination: eggs and oatmeal. Both products are considered healthy, but there is a nuance. Oatmeal contains phytates, substances that hinder the absorption of minerals such as calcium, iron, and zinc. These minerals are present in eggs. When consumed together, the phytates from oatmeal bind to calcium and iron, leading to their excretion from the body. As a result, there are no benefits from the transit. This is especially critical for women over 50 and men over 60, as they actively lose bone mass, and every milligram of calcium counts. Phytates are present in all grains, but oatmeal contains particularly high levels. Sugars also create viscosity and mass in the stomach, which is good for blood sugar but bad for protein digestion. The protein from eggs gets delayed and may start to ferment, especially if there is a lack of enzymes. This is a common issue among the elderly. What should you do? Do not eat them together. Oatmeal can be a standalone breakfast, for example, with berries and nuts. Eggs can be eaten separately 2 hours later, or vice versa. If you want to have them together, use soaked oatmeal, as it contains fewer phytates, or replace it with buckwheat, which does not interfere with protein absorption. Now, eggs and cheese. An omelet with cheese, scrambled eggs with grated cheese. Delicious, but rich. Egg yolk and cheese together contribute to an excess of saturated fats, making food difficult to digest, especially for individuals with age-related changes in the stomach. This can lead to feelings of heaviness, bile stagnation, bitterness, and nausea, particularly in those with chronic cholecystitis or a tendency to form stones. Additionally, these foods contain phosphates, especially in processed and hard cheeses, which hinder calcium absorption. As a result, you may consume soy cheese for calcium, but ultimately disrupt its balance. Plus, there is salt. Cheese is almost always salty, and an excess of salt worsens the absorption of not only calcium, but also magnesium and zinc, which are important for the heart, brain, and immune system. What should you do? Do not completely eliminate them. They can be enjoyed every day. Over time, cheese will become a rare treat. Choose softer varieties, such as mozzarella, ricotta, or cottage cheese. These contain less salt, fat, and phosphates. Add greens and vegetables to improve digestion. And finally, eggs and coffee. It seems like a classic breakfast, but coffee contains polyphenols that bind minerals like calcium, iron, and zinc, as well as biotin, which is a vitamin important for skin and nerves found in eggs, making them less absorbable. The result? Fatigue, irritability, and a decline in energy. This is often attributed to bad weather or lack of sleep, but the real cause lies in your diet. Coffee also stimulates acid production, which can cause discomfort and pain, especially in individuals with gastritis. Now imagine having this breakfast every day and receiving an unpleasant response from your body each time. But this can be avoided. What should you do? Do not give up coffee if there are no contraindications. Just space it out. Have coffee 30 minutes before a meal or an hour after. During meals, opt for chicory, barley drinks, or herbal tea. And here is what is important. Sometimes, to feel better, You do not need medication. It is enough to change what is next to the egg on your plate. As you age, your body reacts more quickly. The stomach, liver, and intestines all become more sensitive. Therefore, it is crucial to understand how food affects you. Your body communicates with you through energy, sleep, mood, and digestion. Listen to it, and I wish you good health. Until we meet again.